Well, the Los Angeles Dodgers are up 2-0 in the World Series, but an injury to Shohei Ohtani looms as the series shifts to New York. Ohtani suffered a subluxation of his left shoulder on a slide at second base in the 7th inning of last night's 4-2 win over the Yankees. Manager Dave Roberts said the team is encouraged after initial range of motion tests, and Ohtani is expected to undergo an MRI later on today. Here's our own Jim Bowden. We'll get to him a little bit later on in the show. All right, let's go ahead and welcome in our injury expert, Marty Jaramillo. Marty, just give us your initial reaction to this news.
Well, Jordan, as we know, Dodger Stadium went silent, and understandably so. Their icon of a player, Shohei Ohtani, had to be helped off the field clutching his left arm. But here's what we know. It is confirmed subluxation. Well, what does that mean? Well, with the ball, the socket of the shoulder joint, when the ball comes slightly out and then comes back in, that is a subluxation. Let's call it a partial movement. And a dislocation, the difference is when the ball comes out of the socket and stays out. So it's good news that it just is subluxation. Today, he's going to be re-examined by the Dodger team physician, Dr. Neil Elatrash. We've heard his name over and over again, as well as MRIs and other types of scans. They are looking for a couple of things. Did he tear the labrum of the shoulder? Well, what is that? Well, the socket of the shoulder is very shallow, so the labrum is a lip of cartilage around the socket that makes the shoulder socket a little bit deeper and provides a lot of stability. So that's the main thing they're looking for. Did he tear the labrum? Number two, well, around the shoulder, there's a lot of connective tissue and ligaments that also add to stability. So any one of those factors looking in the MRI. But also, how does he feel fully loaded in his batting stance? As you know, that batting stance, that left arm is high, and it has to feel stable and strong to him, and of course, throughout the range of motion. So, best case scenario, MRI is negative. He feels stable throughout all the range of motion, especially with his swing, and he'll be ready and meeting the team in New York City for Game 3. Worst case, labrum is torn, which could happen with a subluxation, and possibly other structures involved like ligaments, and more importantly, he feels unstable in various angles. If that's the case, his World Series has ended, his season has ended. But if the worst case scenario does occur and potential surgery to add stabilization back to his shoulder, well, guess what? He's ready for spring training.
All right. So, Marty, the range of motion and strength tests, as you mentioned, positive to this point. But what do you believe really his chances are of playing at this moment?
Well, the reason why that's such a great sign, because range of motion and strength testing was done during the game. And that is a great sign when the shoulder is actually most vulnerable. Now, today, tomorrow, inflammation starts to set in, and we'll see there. But it is a great, great sign, because if he feels stable right after it slipped out, it really shows potential that possibly no structures were involved in terms of tearing of the labrum and or stretching of the ligament. So it is really good news coming from Dave Roberts' press conference. We will know more later today for sure. Fingers crossed for him.
All right. Good to hear for the LA Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani. Marty Jaramillo joining us here on CBS Sports HQ for the very latest surrounding Ohtani's injury. Well, the Dodgers have managed to take the first 2 games of the World Series without much from Ohtani. The concern, though, now is his availability for the 2 of or maybe 5 games left to play. We'll find out soon enough, as Game 3 of the World Series is scheduled for Monday at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx.